This is actually one of the most bizarre news I've ever found. Hey guys, welcome back to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. Here to talk to you about Lady Gaga in talks to play Harley Quinn in Joker 2. That's right, the actual singer is in talks to be playing Harley Quinn. Now, honestly, I'm actually quite curious to see how she would go on to take on the role, and we're going to get into more details about that in just a sec, but be sure to grab that subscribe button, like, of course, and click on the bell notification so y'all don't miss anything. We talk about a lot of comic book related content here on the channel, primarily Marvel related content, and of course, Marvel Spider-Man 2. I got a new video on that coming out very soon, along with another collaboration with Protocol 36. You probably have heard of him, and we're going to be doing that very soon as well. This news really just caught my attention. Now, this was posted about maybe 2 or 3 days ago, and I should have talked about it a lot sooner, and I knew I wanted to address it, but I just find this news so bizarre because not only is Joker getting a sequel, but which I think, in my opinion, doesn't need a sequel, but it's going to be a musical, supposedly. And I find that extremely, really weird. And a part of my brain is quite curious to see how that's going to play out. Honestly, I'm not for it to be a musical, but I'm also sort of curious, which is like this ongoing inner battles. Like, a DC Comics based film is going to be a musical. Like, I'm very curious to see how that really plays out. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the article. Last week, director Todd Phillips revealed that a Joker sequel is moving forward with the working title Joker Folie à Deux. Sorry if my French doesn't sound right. I didn't pronounce that correctly, and I think a lot of people are going to be, just ripping on me for that horrible pronunciation. Now, the sequel is closing in on its leading lady. According to The Hollywood Reporter, singer and actress Lady Gaga is in talks to portray Harley Quinn. If she seems like a strange choice for the role, the following tidbit may explain it. THR sources claim that the sequel is a musical. Gaga's real name is Stephanie Germanotta. I think I said that wrong as well, but I know Stephanie is the correct name for the first one. She does have a few acting roles under her belt. The most notable screen performance to date was A Star is Born and opposite Bradley Cooper. She also headlined American Horror Story Hotel for FX. Harley Quinn was originally created for Batman, the animated series, by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. As originally conceived, Harley Quinn was a doctor at Arkham Asylum who got too close to the Joker and became emotionally attached to him. Harley Quinn eventually broke Joker out of the asylum and became his sidekick lover in an often abusive relationship. THR notes that it's unclear if the Joker sequel will follow a similar story or go in its own direction for Harley's origin. For the non-comic book readers, THR also stressed that the new film doesn't share continuity with the DCEU. So Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn remains if she decides to come back to the role in the future. Additionally, the report states that Joaquin Phoenix has not closed his deal to reprise his role as Arthur Fleck Joker. Phoenix was pictured last week reading the script for the sequel, but also talks with the studio apparently remains in progress. Phillips co-wrote the script for the sequel with the Joker collaborator Scott Silver. At the moment, it doesn't have a release date. What do you think about Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn in the Joker sequel? You let me know down in the comment section below. Now, nothing is officially confirmed, of course, but WB, DC Comics are looking into Lady Gaga as the leading lady to play Harley Quinn. And if those of you who were confused before I even started reading this article, you're like wondering, well, what about Margot Robbie? I thought she was Harley Quinn. I thought that role remained for her. Well, there's no need to despair. This film, the Joker series, is actually going to be separate from the main DCEU. If you could even call it the DCEU. I think it's a total mess. And I've always stressed that Warner Brothers DC should actually just start all over, and I'd be perfectly fine with it as long as when they start all over that they have a plan in mind and they've planned out the films and all the movies are cohesive to one another. I mean, honestly, I don't mind them starting all over. They got to do the Marvel Studios thing. If they want to compete even close to Marvel Studios, they got to start fresh and new, because honestly, where they're at, it's just all over the place. They're independent stories, which is fine to so many people, but me personally, I think we need to see a bigger picture with this whole DC universe. I think they need to be more organized. It's quite bizarre that the sequel is going to be a musical, because the first one was not a musical. And I just find that so bizarre as to how that's going to transition into a musical. I know Joaquin Phoenix has a bit of music experience. He played Johnny Cash in that biopic. I think it's called Walk the Line or something like that. So I can definitely see him doing some music for the Joker sequel. Just a part of me is just curious curious to see how this is going to be playing out. I'm not exactly excited, but we're just going to have to wait and see until they announce the official cast. If they're going to pick Lady Gaga for Harley Quinn, then more power to her. I'm actually kind of curious to see how she's going to perform in that role. And with all that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. What are your thoughts about the Joker sequel being a musical? Comment down below with your thoughts, your criticisms that you may have about the DC, and more. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next comic panel.